Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, a channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be all about the golden cross that is looming over the horizon. Looks like it's going to be happening either tomorrow or the following day. This is extremely exciting, extremely positive, and extremely bullish news. So I wanted to mark this occasion by doing a video on this and telling you what it means, because it is a really big deal. I have been talking about these EMAs, that's the moving averages, for months, that they needed to correct, and now it appears that they are about to correct. So this is a pivotal moment for this cycle with Bitcoin. It's pivotal for the entire crypto marketplace. So it's extremely important that we do a video today to share with you what exactly I think this means. All right? So as always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And make sure to click the bell so you're made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. So we need to kick this off by first talking about what exactly is the golden cross, okay? And the golden cross is basically signified by a short-term moving average crossing over a long-term moving average bullish. And in this case, we are about to have the 50-day moving average for Bitcoin cross over the 200-day. This is a monumentous occasion. It is extremely important for the marketplace. And so with that, let's insert a chart. So, the last time we had a golden cross of the 50-day EMA and the 200-day EMA was May 12th of 2020. Or to put this in perspective, roughly 455 days ago. Now, at that time, Bitcoin was just under $9,000 a coin. 329 days later, Bitcoin ultimately peaked at 64,000 on April 14th for a 7.11x. Now, the point I want to emphasize here is I'm not saying that this run will last 29 days to peak, or that we'll do another 7.11x. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that once the EMAs go bullish, they'll most likely be bullish throughout the rest of this year, potentially leading to a peak in this cycle sometime next summer, okay? Now, if we insert today's chart, so it's looking like we're going to have that golden cross, as I mentioned, either on August 11th or 12th, that is tomorrow or the following day. Something else that's also visible in the chart is money inflow visible in the green waves starting to form in the market cipher, which, by the way, had been red from May 8th through July 26th, or a roughly 3-month period, okay? So what's next then? Well, first off, Bitcoin leads and the rest follow, right? You hear this all the time, especially on CT, you hear it. Bitcoin leads, everything else follows. So Bitcoin will run first, Ethereum will run second, the high cap coins followed by the mid caps, followed by the low caps. Everybody's going to be running at some point, all right? Now, this is also the time to pivot your strategy from dollar cost averaging to investing in stable coins. So remember that we want to dollar cost average when the market is down and invest in stables when the market is up. Also, if you're peeling off any profits, you'd want to put those profits into stables. The market is not going to go up in a straight line. It's not going to go up diagonally straight. That doesn't happen, okay? There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys. When we go back into those valleys, you can use your stable coin reserves to then infill and accumulate even more of your position, all right? So, this is also a good time to load up on your moon bags, right? Because sometime over the next 300 days, we know that they could possibly blast off. And I am going to do some future videos on this moonbag idea, but you know, I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube talking about, well, how much money do you need to retire? You know, how many coins do you need to retire on Ethereum, right? I've seen that video, it keeps coming up. But really, if you think about it, it depends on how many you're holding, and it depends on where that coin is. So, if you have a coin that's, in the pennies, then you would roughly need about 10,000 of them. If it hit $1, that'd be $1 million. So you got to kind of do the math on it. But the bottom line here is that specifically on the moon bags, the ones that you think could go on a crazy run, well, now's the time to load up on them before this occurs. So sometime over the next roughly year, 300 days, they should be definitely blasting off. We've all heard about the mythical altcoin season, right? It's the unicorn that runs and the rainbow follows behind it. This magical time, the Lucky Charms guy is there. Everything's blasting off. Well, that looks like it's finally coming in the near future, okay? Now, one thing I would say, though, is that with this recent peak, that in the prior cycles, they're usually defined by 3 peaks. We've had 1. So does that mean we could have another peak followed by a downturn? Yes, it does, prior to whatever happens next summer, okay? So that is possible. Remember that, 3 peaks, we've done 1 of them, all right? Now, fourth is that in regards to Bitcoin, if we did a 7.11x last time, who's to say that we can't do at least half of that, if not more, from today? Meaning 1 Bitcoin would be valued at roughly somewhere around $160,000 and up. Now, I personally think that is more than doable, and I think there's a likelihood we may even reach and exceed $200,000 a coin. I think that is possible. Now, really, the beauty of Bitcoin is what Plan B captures in the stock-to-flow model, that because supply is finite, supply shock will continue to move the price up. I believe that 100%. I think that's definitely happening, okay? Now, in a way, we're seeing this exact same supply shock occur in NFTs right now, especially in the CryptoPunks, who I just did a video on, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and more NFTs. There's all kinds of them. They're on OpenSea, they're on Rarible, they're all over the place. I'm going to do a few videos on that too. I haven't got to it yet. But that's what's happening with Bitcoin also, is the supply shock, okay? So this is a massive, monumentous occasion that's happening tomorrow or the following day. This is a really big deal. And like I said, I've been talking about this for months on this channel. Simply, if you want to trade crypto, all you really need to do is follow the EMAs and look at that market cipher inflow and outflow of money. That's going to tell you all you need to know. You could simply trade off of that in a very long-term strategy and you'd be absolutely fine, okay? So, for some final thoughts. Basically, number 1, it is a great time to be a crypto investor, right? So by all accounts, we're heading towards the home stretch of the cycle peak. This is a really big deal. It also means that millionaires will be made, and that is very exciting. So life-changing opportunities are possible in this space like no other, and that has me amped up. I read a comment the other day from somebody on CT saying, by the way, when I say CT, I'm talking about crypto Twitter. They were saying that, try to listen to people in this space, make friends with everybody, see what you can learn. Because most of the people in this space started with nothing and they've turned it into something. And I think that is more than possible with what's going on here. This is a market like no other. The growth potential is the greatest in anything I've ever seen. It is a really big deal. It's really exciting. And what's even more exciting is now we're heading into a very bullish trend. Love that. So that bullish trend has got me bullish, and I think we have great things on the horizon. That being said, I'll probably start posting a few more videos that are, reviews and price predictions by the end of the year. I kind of stopped that for a little while, which could be understood because the market was down, and why am I going to post videos like that when the market's down? At that point in time, it's more about the dollar cost average and looking at good projects, solid projects, things that could come back when the market is up. Now that we're getting bullish again, I may be dropping a few more of those. So anyways, that's it for today's video. I'm extremely excited about this, as you can tell. Hopefully you are too. Make sure to think about your strategy, what you're doing here, if you're going to pivot. As I mentioned, I myself am personally going to pivot my strategy towards the stable coins. Might I do a little more dollar cost averaging, if we go in some downward spots? Yeah, absolutely. But for the most part, on these days where we're just going up for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row, that's when you want to transition to stable coins. If you're doing something like a recurring buy, you could simply turn off your recurring buy of the other coins and just turn it on to a stable coin, and you could just buy like that and then wait. That's an option. Or if you were increasing your positions in something that you want to sell anyway, peel off some of those profits, put it in a stable, and then you have it available for when the market eventually goes down, because it will not go up in a straight line. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I'm also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis, so check me out there. And for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. And I will see you on the next one. Later.